Hi, this is Anis from Never Stop Trucking. We are talking about market conditions map in DAT1 load board. I will have 11 reasons here why I don't think this map is accurate and why it cannot be trusted. Now, each one of these reasons will do its part. None of them is something really huge, but when you consider all of them, then at the end you will see that the picture is not really what it says it is. First, and I didn't mention this in this slideshow, is that DAT load board is not the only load board used in United States and Canada. There are others. Of course, this one is by far the one that's being most used by almost all carriers and brokers and dispatchers. And if you don't have it, most likely you're not going to be able to survive, especially if you have more than one truck. Now, that's when we're talking about spot markets. If you have a contract loads, that's different. But there are other load boards, and we also have contracts. We have direct shippers, we have trucks and carriers who work with them. So that also should be taken into consideration. But most people will go here, and then they will determine the area, if the area is okay for your truck to send in, if there are enough loads, if there are too many trucks there, how much certain lanes pay, etc. So here I have an example of a reefer map. On the left, you see the outbound freight for a reefer in United States during prior 30 days. So all the way to 30 days ago from today. On the right-hand side, here you have a map that shows prior business day. So prior business day is better than current day because current day is not finished yet. So prior business day, that will tell you, it will give you a bit better picture than current day. And as you can see, these maps are not similar, not same, but they look alike, okay? If you look here on California and south here on Florida and here in the Midwest as well, they kind of look very similar, all right? And we know the reefer freight is seasonal, and now it's springtime, we're going into summertime, so reefer freight will change, especially right now. So therefore, this doesn't look much different. Now, the thing is with the prior 30 days is that it's not sure if it's a picture from 30 days ago, from that exact one date or day when you compare it to today's, or is it an average for all the prior 30 days? Okay, but if it either one here doesn't make sense. If it's from prior 30 days, then this is definitely not right. Okay, it should be different. If it's an average from today and yesterday and 30 days ago, then you know, that's, of course, it's not going to tell me something new. If this is an average from last 30 days, of course it's going to be similar. It's going to be very similar to the day from yesterday. So I don't know what the point of that would be, but oh well, it's what it is. It's nice to have statistics and take a look at them and you know, watch over everything. Now let's go to these reasons why I think this map is not correct. First reason here is we have a lot of dispatching agencies right now, and most of them, a lot of them will not post their trucks due to many reasons. So therefore, if you don't post an available trucks here in this map, then it's not going to show up here in the system, and it's not going to be a part of statistics. So if you don't post a truck, you can tell that there is a truck available. It cannot make that picture clearer for us, okay, of how many trucks are actually available. Dispatching agencies don't post trucks. Some of them don't have that kind of DAT load board account where they're able to post trucks. Some of them are using someone else's subscription. Some of them are using their owner operators subscriptions, and some of them will not post trucks because they work with multiple MC numbers. And if they post one truck and then a broker calls them on that available truck, and now they have another MC number posting for, posting another truck with another MC number, so that kind of it messes everything up. So most dispatching agencies will not even attempt to post their trucks, and therefore that does not it's not getting calculated into that bigger picture. Next reason here is brokers will post multiple loads a lot of time, especially certain brokers, and we know who you are. They will post like 7, 8, 10, 20 same loads if they cannot cover them. If they're in a certain bad area and they cannot cover these loads, they will post multiple exact same loads. Now, DAT claims that they will filter out those loads. But what if a broker posts multiple loads from like 50-mile or 100-mile radius where the load originates, and then also where the load delivers? So you will have like TQL. Even like this morning, I was doing a live stream, and they had one load being posted out of 8 multiple locations, and we know that that's what they do. So that does not help this bigger picture. Next reason is brokers will often post test loads. For example, they want to test the area. They want to see if they're gathering data, rates for their shippers, for their customers, or they may have a dedicated load, and then they would specify in the comment section, and they would say this is not a real load, this is a dedicated load. We're looking for rates. We're looking for options. And then same thing with those non-existing loads. So at the end, these loads don't even exist, and they post them on DAT board. All right. Brokers post loads with multiple stops or round trips as one way. You will see a lot of times, because there is no option in DAT load board to post a load or a truck with multiple stops. So they would either choose the final destination of the load or the first delivery of the load. So if you have 5 deliveries in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Indiana, so they would either pick a final one or the first one as the destination. So this does not give us a clear picture where the load actually goes. And then sometimes they will post round trips as one way. For example, there is a round trip from Dallas to Kansas City. They would either post it as Dallas to Dallas, and then in the comment section they would say it's a round trip, or they would do Dallas to Kansas City, and then when you call them, they will tell you it's actually a round trip. All right, so that's not a correct posting that will contribute to this market conditions map. Carriers will not book loads with new brokers. Now, this is not a big thing here, but it may actually make a difference. You have a lot of new brokers with new MC numbers, and for example, we will not even call those brokers, or if they are from California and they're brand new, we will not call them, we will not work with them. My factoring company will not approve them. So therefore, these loads might be there, might be available, but they're not being covered. So this reason, is I don't know. Now, next one, self-dispatching owner operators will not post their trucks. Some of the apps that they have, Depends on what subscription level for DAT they have. They will not let them post their truck as available. Some of them don't even know that you can do it, and some of them don't care about it. They will not even post their trucks. So I'm assuming like almost half of all companies in United States, trucking companies, are like one truck operations. So that's a lot of trucks that are not posting their own trucks. Dispatchers don't want to be bothered by brokers when they call them. So dispatchers, carriers, whatever you are, if you post a truck, then a broker will see that, and then brokers will sometimes call you with these laws that don't make any sense, that no one wants, or like TQL, they like to do that, and some other brokers, they would call you, you post a truck to one certain area, specific area, and they offer you a load that goes someplace totally different. So that's why a lot of carriers and dispatchers will not post their trucks as available at all. All right. New DAT wont system is hard and discouraging to post trucks. So everyone loved the old DAT power or power DAT, and that's what I was doing. I would always post my trucks, and in that same screen, in the same tab, in the same posting, I would be able to see the loads that are available for that posted truck. So I didn't have to go like right now in DAT1, you have to do both. You have to search for a load, and you have to do a truck posting in order to have your truck posted, and then search for a load for that truck. So that it's very hard, it's very complicated, it's few extra steps that no one wants to do. If you have one truck, it's fine, but if you have 10 trucks, who's gonna go back and forth and post trucks, search for loads, delete trucks, delete load searches? No one is gonna do that. So with new DAT1 system, a lot of dispatchers will not, including myself, and I always loved posting trucks. I could get phone calls from brokers offering me loads, even if I go out, even if I'm not in the office. They call me in my car, they offer me a load. I booked so many loads in my car because I was able to post a truck. Now I don't feel like posting a truck because it's not convenient. All right, it's like they make you not. And I made a few videos about that, but they don't care, DAT, they just don't care. They don't care about that. Brokers don't post loads if they have preferred carriers. This is a big one. It's always been like this, especially now because I would rather, if I'm a big company, I have 100 trucks or 500 trucks, I would rather take a cheaper load. But if the broker can send me a bunch of loads and I can plan my trips and assign my trucks in advance, I would rather do that instead of losing time and taking a risk of going to DAT spot market and trying to see if I can book a load. And brokers would prefer that too. They would just send their loads. They don't have to worry about covering them and what carrier is going to take them. Now they have a trusted carrier, and they can work with them. So these bigger companies, I can for sure tell you that at least half of their loads, maybe now it's different because brokers don't have that many loads as they used to have, and now they would rely more on searching for loads on DAT. But for sure they have a lot of loads coming in that never get posted anywhere. Okay. Brokers and carriers don't always delete their postings. That's another one. So even with me, like I can bet you, if I go to my posted trucks right now, there are some of them that I didn't delete. They will expire next day, but they don't get deleted often, and brokers do that as well. So that doesn't really contribute to the picture. And then I think this is the last one. Carriers will post multiple postings for one truck. And I used to do that too when I was posting trucks more than I do now. If I have a guy, especially on the East Coast, and I know that the more you go into the East Coast, the less the loads will pay. So I would always try to find them something on the way back, like in Ohio, in Cleveland, in Buffalo, in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Pittsburgh, because those loads tend to pay better or same as the loads that are deeper into East, but the truck has to come back to the Midwest. Okay, so I would post them. I would make one posting in Youngstown, one in Cleveland, one in Erie, one in Buffalo, one in Rochester, maybe all for the same truck, because that will highlight a certain area, like a 100-mile radius, and it will only give me the loads that are on the way to come back out. If I do like a 400-mile radius out of Rochester, it will give me all the loads that I don't want to see. But this way, I can follow that. And then also sometimes on DAT, if you post a load, a truck from Cleveland or from Erie, sometimes you will not, even though they fall into the same radius, sometimes you will not be able to see one of those loads. So this way, there's a better chance that you're going to be able to see that one load. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have more tips here for these markets. And if you don't agree with me, also let me know. This is Ennis from Never Stop Trucking. If you're an owner operator, you can lease on to our authority. We would love to have you on board.